Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Her. If you have not subscribed my channel, subscribe it and hit the bell icon to get the notifications of my videos. Today we are starting with chapter number 3 of history, and the name of the chapter is American Civil War. As the word suggests, it is a civil war. The war within the country is called as a civil war, and because it happened in America, so it is called as an American Civil War. If it happens in India, so it will be called as Indian Civil War. Understand the meaning of this word civil war. Civil war is that war which happens within the country. For example, if there is a war between the north states of India and the south states of India, so this war will be called as Indian Civil War. Chapter is all about that happen in America. Unfortunately, the previous chapter, that is the age of revolutions, we have understood about American War of Independence and the French Revolution. How America got independence from Britain. After getting independence, after the formation of USA, United States of America, this was the war that happened. So imagine within USA, instead of being united, war broke out between northerners and southerners. There were 13 colonies in USA. USA was having a federal system of government. India also has federal system of government. Okay, federal means the power is shared between central government and the state government. States also participated in the law making process known as Congress. So USA was having a federal system of government. After the American War of Independence, means after the USA was being formed, unfortunately there was a friction that was happening between northerners and southerners. This all happened during 1776. Now the northerners were being called by one more name, called as abolition states, or they were called as abolitionist, and southerners were known as the slave states. Now why they are called as slave states? From the name you must have come to know. As soon as we come down, I will let you know. Now let us understand what are the qualities of the northern states and what are the qualities of southern states. Basically, what kind of work was carrying on northern states and southern states? Northern states had a lot of factories. They had textile factories, manufacturing units. So you can say there is more of factories over there. There is more of workers working in the factories. There is more of money factor in the northern states. At the same time, if we will talk about the southern states, it is more of agriculture and plantation. The kind of crops grown over there, like sugarcane, cotton, tobacco. Now, why there is a lot of agriculture and plantation over there? First and most important point is because the climate over there was awesome. Climate was good for the cash crops to be grown. Let me tell you, cotton, sugarcane, tobacco, rubber, all these crops are known as cash crops. Those crops which can be sold in the market and you can get the cash, they are known as cash crops. That was the beauty of southern states. Can you imagine? Both the parts of USA were completely different from each other. One is more of labor in themselves, and other one is more of farmers in themselves. One is more of industries and other one is more of agriculture. Cotton was actually made in America and was mainly exported to the parts of England. Now we all know England is an imperialistic country. Most of the raw material comes from Asia, Africa, as well as from USA. That is your cotton. Because they have huge industry, cotton textile industry in England, which is absolutely prosperous. Whatever raw material they needed comes from Asia, Africa, USA. That is what basically the northerners were giving. They were against the anti-slavery movement. So basically, who is basically doing the slavery over here? It's southerners. Why were the southerners supporting the slaves? The reason is because the people of southerners were not ready to work in the farmland. So who will work there on the farm? For that, they brought slaves all the way from Africa, and we all very unfortunately know that Africa was such a poor country. People need work out over there. So slaves were being imported all the way from Africa and they were working in the southern states. They were working in the southern states which the northerners do not like. They do not like it. They were completely against it. Labor intensive work. They have very labor intensive work because working in agriculture and plantation, you do not have machines to work. You have only people to work, and these people were coming in the form of slaves all the way from Africa. It was a very explosive problem, okay, because not every part of the world will accept it, because in many parts of the world they have given up slaves. For example, Britain was against it, many European countries have given up slaves, and USA was still practicing slavery. It was a very big shame for the USA. The northerners, they were dead against what the southerners were doing. But southerners, they were absolutely cool and they decided that they are going to have people working in their farmland. It is going to be none other than slaves. Why they brought the slaves? Because they were cheap laborers, and cheap laborers means you pay less, you ill treat them, you do not give much food to them, and they do not have proper bed to sleep, and you force to work them day and night. And the southerners, they don't mind doing that because they feel that their agriculture and plantation is working great because of these slaves. But the northerners, okay, they feel that their agriculture and plantation is working because of these slaves. But the northerners were dead against it. So you can see there is a friction happening between northerners and southerners already. Imagine within the whole country, when one part of the country is for slaves and other one is against, there is going to be a lot of friction and civil war is inevitable. When all those things were happening, let me tell you, already in the previous chapter I have told that work of philosophers, their writing, their speech, means when you write, people read and they react. And that is how we have one of our important author in 1852, Harriet Beecher Stowe, who had written in his book called as Uncle's Storm Cabin. Harriet Beecher Stowe, he wrote one book and In his book, he wrote about the complete horror of the slavery. And when the Northerners read this, they were basically, their blood was boiling. They could not expect that this is happening in their USA, and they decided that we need to do something about it. We need to stop the Southerners. It was a big thing for the Northerners. They hit their mind. They started an anti-slavery movement inside the country. Okay, they started with anti-slavery movement to stand against the Southerners, and very important person who supported them was who started anti-slavery society. It's an organization. So basically you need a leader who can actually stop the Northerners, and they decided that they are going to teach the Southerners a lesson. We need to stop slavery. We need to show the Southerners that without slavery also work can be done. Now that was one reason. Second reason was that happening between Northerners and Southerners was tariff. Tariff is supposed to be tax. Now see what was happening. Tariff was on the foreign goods. And who has put these tariffs? Who has put these tax? The Northerners. They have put the tax on the goods which were coming from foreign countries. And why they put the tax on the goods coming from foreign countries? So that people stop purchasing those foreign goods and they start purchasing the locally made goods. Now it's very important for us to understand, as we have stopped purchasing goods that are coming from China, and we have started the use of goods that are made in India. With this, what will happen? Indians will get that money. The economy of India will go strong. That is what exactly the Northerners were doing. They wanted to teach lesson to the Southerners, but Southerners were dead against it. They did not want that the goods coming from outside should be stopped, because most of their agricultural things were coming from outside. They were importing. And if you are importing, you have to pay tax. Southerners said that we will not pay any tax. Northerners said you will have to pay tax. So again there is a friction happening between them. And they were saying, why should we pay the tax? It's coming to our country. Northerners said, exactly, why are importing from other countries? Use locally made goods. So Southerners said, no, that we do not want to use locally made goods. Then Northerners said that you have to pay the tax. Get ready to pay the tax. Okay. The Southerners were against it because they imported goods. They were against the tariff. Northern states were not getting so many goods from outside, but Southerners were getting a lot of goods from outside. Within USA, only their thinking was different. So this was also one of the reasons. Then the nation growing westward. The nation was growing westward with so many countries getting included inside, with so many states getting included inside. There were so many states getting included inside the country that the Southerners thought newly entered states should all become the slave states. Slave states means let us bring them under Southerners and we will bring more slaves. And Northerners, they became more angry by listening all this. They were irritated. So the country is getting expanded with more states coming inside, and Southerners wanted to acquire these new states and they want to make them like them only. They wanted to make slaves work under these new states. Again, Northerners were against it. Next is Northerners wanted as one nation. but Southerners wanted a part away. They never thought as one nation. They wanted to create their own state, their own president. And worst thing happened was when Abraham Lincoln became president. Things really went bad. Went bad means Southerners were not ready to accept Abraham Lincoln as a president because Abraham Lincoln thoughts were with the Northerners. He never wanted Southerners to keep slaves. So, what happened next? When Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of USA, Southerners decided to part away with 11 provinces because they said, "We do not want to be under Abraham Lincoln. Our thoughts are not going to match. Our thoughts are different." So all those 11 provinces, they made one province which is called as Confederate States of America. They made their own president. Jefferson Davis was elected as their president, means he was elected as the president of Confederate States of America. So smart work. They do not know that this smart work is not going to happen for a long time because the war will happen very soon. Abraham Lincoln was not that kind of person who will say that you can do what you want and after that go away. It's not right. Even if this happens in our country, we don't want any part of our country getting separated from India. We are one nation. Every part of country is one. No government will allow this. Same Abraham Lincoln did. He never allowed this to happen. He is that person who put the foundation of democracy. Democracy means all are equal. Unfortunately, he was a man who decided that we are going for a war, and it happened in 1861. The first attack they did was on the Fort Sumter, okay, where the Southerners they opened fire. The Northerners they did not set back. Abraham Lincoln sent the army and taught a lesson to the Southerners. They had told to pull back their army. So if you go and attack without any reason, the Southerners were attacking different places. Now, next, what did was blockade. Blockade means to block. Abraham Lincoln, he ordered the Union Navy. Union Navy means the USA Navy to close all the ports of Southern Confederacy. Then the Southerners understood that you cannot do anything against Southerners. Northerners were quite strong enough. Imagine where huge USA and where only 11 provinces. The war took place in 1861. After that, Emancipation of Proclamation was brought up. And what was the end result of Civil War? It is quite natural. Slavery was abolished. Emancipation means freedom. And he proclaimed that every human being has got equality, liberty, fraternity. He proclaimed that all of us are born equal. We can live the life that we want. So you cannot make somebody as a slave in your country. Now, what is Gettysburg event? The Confederate States was led by Robert Lee for the war, where they found that the Union Army, there were 14,000 people who were killed during the war, which was a turning point. So what happened? The war continued for 4 years and it ended in 1865.